Okay, it's another weekend here at Project Nine Oaks, and we got to get back to work on this camper. It's been a little bit of time here, and I've been focused on some other little projects, but now it's time to get started back again on this one. I'm going to be doing some plumbing work today. I put in the, we tested the hot water heater and a lot of the other fixtures on previous weekends, and I put the toilet in. Now it's time to connect them all up with the hot and cold water lines. I won't be doing a lot of the finishing touches today, but just kind of connecting them all up, get it ready for the next, wave of projects we have on this camper. Okay, well, here's the plan that I'm going to be working off of. I kind of drew this the other day just to kind of put my thoughts to paper here, but not too many fixtures in the camper, but it's good to put it all out, and so you can kind of understand what you're going to be needing, and how much pipe you'll need, things like that. So I got from the input side, I'm going to have it split off and go to the kitchen sink that's going to be here in the main building, or the main open room here, and then it's going to go to the shower, split off, go to the toilet, and then go to the bathroom sink. So the cold water obviously is going to go to every fixture, but the hot water, it's going to start off here from the hot water heater, go to the shower, go to the kitchen sink, and then come down here and go to the bathroom sink. So shouldn't be too big a deal. I kind of don't want to say that right at the beginning of a project, but we'll see how it gets going. But let's get started on this. Okay, I think the best place to start is the shower unit. So this is the faucet and shower head for the bathroom here, and those up there are going to be the holes that these slide through. So these nuts on the back kind of just lock it in place. They kind of I'll go around and push it through, and then screw the nuts down and kind of holds it in there. But this is just a pretty thin piece of fiberglass, and actually these nuts are not too much bigger than those holes that are already in there. So what I got was just a piece of plastic and drilled holes through it, and that's going to go over these, and it's going to be just have something a little more meat for it to bite on. So once I get these screwed down, the next is to put the actual fitting on here. So I'm going to put some some thread here, and then I'm going to screw this in and tighten it down, and this is what's going to connect to the PEX piping. So we're going to do that first. I also have some silicone here, which I'm going to put on the inside of this, just this like little ring here that's going to fit and seal it itself up against the fiberglass. The original camper didn't have that, and you can see I think the water got in behind it because these old washers and nuts are all rusted. So I'm going to try to silicone this first, then push it up against the fiberglass, and then tighten it down with these nuts. Okay, well, I'm in the back of the camper here, and I've got all these pipes coming through. So now I'm going to hook up the cold water line, which is coming from the shower still, and I'm going to put a T in here, going to split it, because the hot water or the cold water is going to come out and going to have to fill up the hot water heater. It's going to have to go to the toilet and then go to the sink. So I'm going to put a T here to split it off, another T at the toilet, so it goes to that, and then continues on to the sink. And then because of the hot water heater is tall, I'm going to have to put this cold water line up high and then run it down and probably along here and then back up to the sink. So I'm going to cut it somewhere in here. We'll probably cut it here first for the T and then add it on. I'm going to have to do an elbow because I can't get it down to fit onto the fitting here. So this is a 1/2 inch threaded to the 1/2 inch PEX on both the cold and the hot. So same thing on the hot water. I'm gonna put another T here, run it down, and it's gonna kind of loop around. So it's gonna go to the hot water to the sink, and then it's gonna come back and then to an elbow down into the heater itself. So we're gonna get to doing this. I gotta, just kind of wing it on where I'm gonna make the cuts, and then connect them on. So let's get started with that. Okay, we're back inside the camper now, and I'm almost finished up. You can see just to the edge here, this is where the shower is. These are all of the pipes coming from the back. That's now done. So now I have to connect the kitchen and the pipe inlet to where I'm going to get, the water from the campsite. So what I have is, this is the spigot part of this, the input, and you'll just hook your hose up to this side, and this is going to be installed from the outside of the camper, and you screw these 3 holes in from the outside in, and it needs to have something for these screws to bite into. You can't just put it in the middle of the tin. It's, there's nothing there. So I made this little block here. This is a 1x4 with some brackets, and it's kind of sandwiched up in the corner of these joists, and I'm going to screw in from this outside here to kind of lock this in place. And this is just a 1 5/8 inch hole, nothing special there, just to give me a decent amount of room here. So this is going to come in from the outside, picture it like this, let's say, and the PEX is going to come into here. So I'm going to now drill a hole in the outside. So I'm a little hesitant. I've been going back and forth with this, trying to find the best place for this. And I'd like to have this and the electrical kind of near each other, not right on top of each other, but I think I'm going to put the electrical outlet here and then the water here. I think that's likely the best. So from the outside, the look will be nice and in line with each other. It's just, drilling a hole in this tin that we did, it's just, I have to get the nerve to do it. So what I'm planning on doing is just drilling from inside here and just going right through it, and hope it works out. All right, so let's get this started. All right, that's just the hole in the center hole. Battery's almost dead. Okay, so there's the hole. You can see the light coming through. So basically I'm going to go screw this in from the outside. Okay, so let's go around and see the hole. All right, there she is. I'm going to set you guys up here. No turning back now. So here we go. Nothing special here. I think you just pop it in. And I'm using these roofing screws. Kind of tie it in. There's no need to put like silicone back here, I don't think. So. I mean, worst case, you could just unscrew it and pop them off and then throw some back there, but I think it'll be okay. So let's try that. And I'm going to paint these screws later on, so it'll all match. All right. There it is. All right, there's the water inlet. All right, let's finish off the inside. Okay, well that's it. I think we're finished. We have the inlet pipe coming in. We're going to follow all these pipes around so you can see where they're going. Inlet comes in, water source in, so it can split off. Eventually it's going to go to the sink, but I've got the stop put in the end, and so I can test this out here in a couple of days. So inlet comes in, goes to the sink, comes this way towards the back, goes to the shower, splits off, goes to the back. Now let's go around to the outside. Okay, so that blue is coming in from right there, splits, continues on to the hot water heater. The split goes down to the toilet, keeps on going, and goes up to the sink. I don't think I showed you those, but those are 1/2-inch connectors. They 1/2-inch up into the bottom of the sink, or the faucet, I should say. And then the 1/2-inch on the other end to so the PEX can connect to it. So be sure to check that, because a lot of those are 1/2-inch, and I think they go to 3/8 or something like that. So they can hook up to something else and not this PEX adapter. So it's 1/2-inch to 1/2-inch. So that's the water supply line. So then if you follow from the water supply into the hot water heater, the hot comes out, it splits off, goes back to the sink here, and then it when you go back to the junction, it goes through this porthole, goes back into the camper. So we're going to show you that. Comes in from that hole, then up to the shower, splits off, and goes to the sink. So that sink is not in, obviously. We're gonna put, we got some more to do here actually. When we put the cabinets in, we're gonna secure these to the wall, things like that, gonna dress it up obviously a little more. But that's kind of the basics. I'm gonna try to string a bunch of hose from the house to get over here and test this out. But that's about it. I think it's gonna work. I appreciate you guys sticking around. This was my first PEX job, but didn't seem like a whole bunch to it. Maybe about, a morning, something like that. I actually had to run to the store and get one item, but that should be it. Even with the run to the store is about 4 hours. So appreciate you sticking around for this one.